Hello friends, my name is Koolio and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're taking a first look impressions video for a brand new hero that just released onto Warsong today, and that is Joey, like this mage that controls time. She's a lot of fun. Now I've actually gone in, I'm kind of just in the testing phase. The bot is like destroying our towers, but I want to go through and actually just talk to you guys about the abilities, because this is one of the characters I think in the game that is one of the hardest to perfect. And the reason why is because the abilities, a lot of them you activate them and then they go on a timer. However, the enemy can actually see that timer. Now the first ability I want to talk about is actually her passive ability. So let's go ahead and head into this. Passive ability, it literally just says that you gain 10% bonus experience for everything that you do. Everything you do, 10% bonus experience. Hit that guy back. Get out of here. Stay out of here, man. I'm going to keep pushing you back. Stop trying to destroy our towers. So it's really interesting because as a mage, I don't honestly think you lack in experience. I don't know. It's interesting to see that her passive ability is so basic. All it is you essentially just gain 10 experience points for things that you do in the game. It's super easy. So the next thing I want to actually talk about with this hero is her first ability. Now this is a heavy crowd control ability. What you do is you shoot time energy forward, hitting your enemy, if I can actually hit him, and then what it does is it'll actually calculate where he's at currently. So if I were to hit him, let's get him back here, hit him with that and run away, you can see there's kind of like a spot on the map. He'll end up teleporting back to that spot. If I hit him with that, do it again, I actually ended up killing him. So essentially what it does is you hit the enemy, causing magical damage, and then I believe, let's take a look at it real quick, 2 seconds. So it lasts for 2 seconds, the ability does. And it will remember the last, like where you hit your enemy at, like what space in the world you ended up hitting your enemy. It does not affect minions. It only affects the enemy heroes. It does do magical damage to minions though. If I hit him with that, if he were to run away coming after me, he'll end up getting teleported back to his spot. Now you can actually use this ability to help make the effects of his other abilities more powerful or actually more useful. Now for his second ability, you drop down a affected area. Doesn't do anything until it explodes, causing magical damage, but it takes a really long time. You can see the enemy literally just walked right past it. Now you can activate it on your own by self-destructing it, boom, just like that, causing magical damage. However, the longer it lasts, the more damage it does. But I did notice though that the increments of damage it does over time isn't as significant as when it initially goes off. It does add damage, just not a whole lot. So it's not like it's useless for throwing it down and popping it off right away, but if you want the most use out of the ability, you need to let it kind of go and activate to the end. So if I were to pop that off, didn't work, see? But one of the biggest things I found out with this, if I were to pop this off right on top of him, then hit him with this ability, if he tries to come after me, he'll just end up teleporting back to the spot and then I can pop it off and kill him, which I didn't do right there. I don't want him to end up dying, so I'll put stasis on him so I can just show you guys kind of his abilities and stuff. So like I said, you pop this off. It takes, I believe, 2 seconds before it actually ignites, causing magical damage and slowing down the enemy. Now like I said, you can throw it down and activate it yourself, causing damage. It just doesn't do as much damage as you want it to. So if I were to pop that off, if he were to come after me, hit that on him, it would end up kind of pulling him back to the spot, and then I could make it explode if you can time it just right. It's really hard to time her abilities, just because they all have kind of like a 2 second thing on them, including her ultimate ability. Now if I were to throw the ultimate ability down, what it does is after a couple of seconds it will activate and then make it so the enemy can't escape the barrier, causing them damage over time. So pop that off, but they can still escape while it's coming up. So what you can do with this one as well, if I were to pop this off on the enemy, hit him with this, that way after 2 seconds he'll end up getting pulled back into the area, and then I can try to throw this down at the exact same time. So there's a lot of crazy combos you can try to pull off with this hero. It's really hard to do, but it's really effective if you can get all of them off. So I would recommend popping off the ultimate, hitting them with that, and then maybe throwing this down. And then when they get pulled back, boom, then bust them with the middle damage thing. Now the only reason why you would shoot this one off, the first ability, is to make sure that they get pulled back into your ultimate ability just in case they end up trying to leave. So we'll try to throw that off. He'll probably destroy the minion, pop that off again. I actually ended up catching him right there, teleporting him back to the center, and then damaging him with the first ability. So it takes a lot of aim, it takes a lot of practice to get this down just right. If I go through and try to destroy some of these minions, see if I can't maybe get him to flee. If I can't, maybe burst him down. Oh wait, he's actually immune, that's why. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can't get him to run after us. Enabling commands. Let's turn off stasis. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be tough. So pop that down, activate that ability, hit him with it, throw that down, and then pop that off at the exact same time. You can end up killing him by doing ultimate ability, first ability, second ability is a really great way. But like I said, it's actually pretty hard and really difficult to nail this combo. But if you do it, you do an insane amount of burst damage. And she's got a lot of crowd control. For example, if the enemy were to chase me, I could pop that off on him. And then essentially, if he chases me, he gets pulled back. So it's a really great way to use his escape. And then her second ability isn't really that useless. I thought it was at first, but the fact that you can actually pop it off, you can do a decent amount of poking to the enemy. Now, if I were to turn off my commands for my cooldowns, let's see, I believe it's like a 4-second cooldown on that, which you can reduce with cooldown abilities. So, well, let's see if we can't pull this combo off with all of my abilities. This is gonna be really tough. So, pop that off, hit him with this ability. Throw that down in there, gets in there, and then boom, popped it off just like that. Boom, that's what I'm talking about. You see what I mean? It is just so satisfying if you can get that combo off. So, well guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Joey, the Time Mage. If you guys want to see a full gameplay video for this character, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Warsong gameplay videos coming in the future. See you, my friends.